Previously on Tales of Bastion, the Fuu Fighters, having fled Connaught for Tardide, came across two sets of interesting characters. First, you encountered a band of orcs, fresh from murdering those fleeing for safety in these troubled times. While they were little more than a nuisance, Branch attempted to gather them into a cohort of loyal followers by claiming to be a powerful war chief. Alas, it was not meant to be. Calamities made an explosive work with his new bow on them instead. Later in the week, you guys came across a dragonborn and a human on the side of the road. What transpired next was nothing short of a bloody as hell battle as the woman... oh my gosh, I'm mixing up words here. The woman and you were beset upon by werewolves. When the dust cleared, the woman introduced herself as Runa Valstead before taking the silvered short sword from Branch's unconscious body. During the ensuing conversation, she explained the sword belongs to her family and is passed down from hunter to hunter. While having it is not an issue, Branch would be unable to keep it so long as he was not one of them, a member of the Derelictia, Lichen Hunters. Branch, on the other hand, was unwilling to listen and demanded the sword back. Eventually, a compromise was reached. Branch could keep the blade so long as he met with Runa's people and began to study under them. The agreement struck. She directed you to the village of Rivenwood, a day's ride away, where you could find safety and solace, along with a cure for the lycanthropy afflicting Camilla. Which is where we're picking up. You guys have arrived in town. An old man is kind of standing in front of you. We'll say, Calamities, you are kind of in the front leading at the moment, and he kind of reaches up to your horse. And this guy's maybe 70 years old. He's human, withered, that suntanned face, looks like he's a farmer. The old gray eyes, and his hair just kind of droops. The big bushy eyebrows that kind of droop over into his face. And he has cautioned you and said, hey, you guys should probably leave. This is not a safe town to be in at the moment. Off to the side, maybe 20 feet from where you guys are on your horses, there is a ramshackled inn, or what looks to be the remains of one. And there are two thuggish-looking people standing outside at the moment, just glaring at you. What do you guys want to do?
I feel like Calamities is getting kind of sick of thuggish looking people glaring at us. I'm just gonna point directly at them and be like, hey, the fuck you looking at?
One of them spits and looks at you and says, you asshole. Who the fuck else do we look at?
It's time to draw my bow. I'm tired of these people.
Okay, the old man kind of goes, kind of holds up his hands, worried you're gonna point it at him, and he goes, I didn't mean anything by it, mister.
You're fine, old man.
And he started to hobble away. The two people outside the inn, they draw their weapons, and are you just gonna, they're looking to see if you're gonna do something. They have scimitars and short bows with them.
I'm gonna look at the old man and be like, are these normal people? Or are these assholes coming into town people?
He says, well, they just arrived the other day. They're not one of us.
Are they assholes or not?
Well, yeah.
I'm taking the shot.
Okay. Calamities is like, I am done with this shit. All right, we'll take a shot.
All right. Fuck it.
I mean, they're looking at you like, what the flying fuck?
Oh, damn it, I need to turn her acceleration on so these rolls aren't hot. Oh, my mother of Christ.
What'd you roll?
Nat 20.
Oh, my God. First roll.
That's good stuff.
Okay. You are on horseback. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check. You have to beat a 10, just so you know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. This will roll fast enough that we'll know pretty quick. It's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not super high.
Let me double check something.
It's not a high modifier, shall we
Okay,
say.
roll your damage.
Okay. Doodaloo. Yeah, this will be a bit. 16 plus that. Holy shit, that's 31 before any kind of sneaky attacks.
Okay, well, you're not gonna have to roll sneak attack or anything like that.
Okay.
Like they saw, like there's no sneak attack. Like you see them, they see you. Like it doesn't matter. You do enough to kill them anyways. Your arrow, though, as you pull back, the horse kind of rears up. So they gave him a +5, but it's not going to matter. And then they would take half damage, which didn't matter anyways because you rolled more than double their hit points. So the first one on the left, you literally, he's the one that said something to you, and you shoot at him. Like you're aiming for his neck, his throat, and the arrow goes down short and just right through his chest. And just you watch as his chest partially caves in. He's like, you realize afterwards that he's probably very malnourished and more skeletal than, there's a term for it. He's more gaunt than anything else.
Oh, yeah. That's a good word for it.
And you didn't really notice until that, but as you hear the cracking of his ribs bowing inwards. So he's dead. You have 2 attacks, right? Or one?
No, this is a rogue. I just had the one.
Okay.
I mean,
so
I would probably just throw some quick words. I'm just like feeling lucky at the other guy.
he goes, boss, and he runs inside. Okay. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? The villagers and everyone else that was there is gone now. They're hiding. Like,
I'm just gonna look at everybody else in the party and be like, I'm sick of these fucking people. Nobody's
I
ever
think it's
nice
time
anywhere
for a
to go.
certain orc war chief to go in command.
I'm at least gonna walk up to the dead guy and take my arrow back.
Okay. You walk up to the dead guy. The door closes. Like you hear commotion and rumbling inside. Sounds like something's happening. What do you want to do?
I'll walk up to the door and draw my greatsword and kick the door in.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, since this is supposed to be your bastion, I'm going to say you don't break the door down at the very
That's
least,
fair.
but you do, kick it open. And inside, you find a pretty decently nice inn, or what would have been. And as you look inside, you can see that there are 3 similarly dressed kind of bandit guys around a table, including the one that was standing outside before. And he's got his arms waving, and he's looking over his shoulder towards the door. And there's one that has a bandana. He's kind of walked up, seems to be wearing nicer clothes, a little bit better, a little bit chubby in the cheeks. And 2 thugs that just have this leather armor, but are probably both 7 feet tall. We'll say they're both Goliaths. Their arms crossed, standing behind him. And the other guy's going, they just shot him. They just saw Dale out of nowhere. And they're like, and then you hear the door open, and they go. Everyone just turns and looks at you, Arnok, and the one guy goes, "It's him, the guy behind him. He's the one that shot him." Do you guys want to do anything? Like, they're pointing at you. Otherwise, if you're gonna do something, we can just go right into combat. Or if you guys want,
I'm just gonna wave at him, and be like, being polite will get you everywhere.
okay.
Dale wasn't very polite.
That was rude.
So the guy in charge kind of smirks at you, the 2 of you, and he walks up to the guy that's freaking out, and he just smack right across the face, and the guy just hits the table. Blood's pouring down the side of his face, like out of his nose, and he's like, "Snap out of it, Jim. Nobody likes a pussy like you." So the other guy turns, and the bandit lord, he kind of looks at you, and he goes, "Impressive. Good aim. What do you want? You come looking for work?
I vote we save Jim till last.
Branch. What are we here for?
Are there any like side doors or like a window?
Yeah,
I can
so
hear.
I mean there's a window. There's windows all over the place. So there's a window right here, and right here. You can see this guy through the window. He's just kind of sitting there. So Branch, if you walk up to the window, he looks out the window at you. He's got this nasty scar up the side of his face that kind of pulls his lip upwards, making him look like an evil kind of grin. And he just kind of nods to you if that's the window you're going to go look in.
Yeah, can I go up and knock on it? Just
Yeah.
knock on the window.
Yeah,
Talk
so
to the little thug over there.
Yeah, you knock on the window and the thug just kind of, he nods to you. He doesn't seem to care that you're there. He's like, whatever.
Can I ask him to open the window? Like motion to like knock on it and like
I mean, he looks at you for a moment and looks at his boss, and then I'm gonna roll for that. Let's see, I'm gonna roll an insight check. 16. He looks at you, and he looks at you and says, "No, go around, go to the door."
Alright, I punch the window then.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna
Oh my god.
like? Are you trying to hit him too, or just break the window?
No, just break the window.
Okay. You.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I'll pay for it later.
That's fair. We have plenty of money. It'll
We
be
have
an
money.
even nicer window when we're done with it.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm taking the glass blowing workshop. Be able to fix it myself.
All right. Well, you break the window. Everybody roll initiative now.
Easy.
Oh dang it.
Wait,
Can
it
I
was a
loot the
friendly,
dead guy's
it was a
pockets?
friendly window breaking, not aggressive.
Got a 23 on initiative.
Okay.
18.
14.
All right. Branch was a 14. Arnok,
15.
What were you?
18.
Wanted to put 81 instead of 18.
Now that's good too.
know.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so Branch, you kind of break the window. You're not like punching through to like get to him, but you kind of break the window, and he kind of steps back for a moment, and then as soon as you start to push aside the broken window, he lunges for you. But it's not his turn, so it's Calamity's first. Calamity's, you hear the window break, and you hear the scuffle start. Before we get there, Camilla, you asked about rummaging through the guy's body. You can certainly do that before all of this happens. He doesn't have anything but like, I'll say 6 silver and maybe like 8 copper pieces. This guy was scrounging by to get by. He doesn't have anything.
Worst bandits ever.
I mean, yeah.
Remember,
We did just
Bandit
get
D is Jim. We save Jim till
Yeah,
last.
Bandit
D.
is
Let's see if
Jim.
it'll let me rename him. Jim. It will. Jim. There you go. It even updated his name in the combat list.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, Calamities, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm shooting an arrow +3 at the Bandit Lord.
Go for
What's
it.
my boss's name?
Well, I
That
guess
is
if you really
another
don't like your
nat
boss.
20.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's how tonight's gonna be.
Okay,
All
we're
right.
not telling Caden that you rolled all these
I-
nat 20s.
We'll just let Calamities roll.
That's
Yeah.
It was
Calamities walks in and John Wicks the place.
it was bad enough last week.
Right?
Yeah, no, that it was 27 plus the shadow shit makes it 36 plus the sneak attack. Okay, that's yeah, that's 60.
He is still alive.
I believe it.
Yeah. You guys just get into that point where they're gonna have a lot of hit points. Mostly. All right. You like everybody turns towards the window for Branch, and like you see the thug lunging. Calamities, you just draw one smooth motion. The guy's not looking at you, and he hears the twang of your bow just in time to turn, and he stumbles backwards into the countertop. Because the arrow's just embedded right in like his liver. All right. Unless you got anything else, it'll
let's
be
see
Arnok's
here.
turn.
I do have anything else. Let's see here. I guess moving somewhere isn't going to do too much for me. I might just bonus action hide like right here outside the doorway.
Okay, go for it.
Doodaloo.
Arnok, you're up.
All right.
Ah, it's a 13. They can't all be nat 20s.
No, can't all be.
Let's see. I will. Can I jump up on the table?
Sure. I mean,
Like right there.
yeah. Go ahead and just make an athletics check or acrobatics check. I'm sorry, acrobatics. You don't have to say you have to beat an 8.
Athletics is +8.
Well, it's an acrobatics. Sorry.
Perfect.
land it.
Acrobatics 9.
You needed to beat an 8, so yeah, beat it. You run forward, jump up onto the table. You know, the ceiling's maybe 12 feet up in the air. You are basically brushing the top of the ceiling at this point with your great sword and your head, and you're like, okay, what are you doing?
I'm going after Bandit B.
All right.
Oof, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'll take that bandit B.
You're going to kill him.
Yeah,
He doesn't have that many hit points.
18.
Okay. You kill him in one fell swoop. You kind of swipe, I'll say with your greatsword, right into his like rib cage, and you hear them crack and kind of just break as your sword goes halfway through his body, and he just goes gurgles up blood and this look of panic in his eyes before the light goes out. What's next?
All right. Bandit A.
All right.
It's beautiful.
16 to hit.
That'll hit. They have a 12 for the bandits.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, basic bandits can suck it.
21.
As you pull out your sword, you watch as the body of his buddy falls down, and you just ram your sword right into his sternum, and then he's like looking at you, terror in his eyes, as you lift his body up off the ground, like 3 feet off the ground, and pull him close. Are you gonna say anything to him before he dies, or are you just gonna let him slide off your sword?
I'm just going to grin at him and let him slide down.
Collapses to the ground, blood gurgling, his eyes roll back in his head, and he's dead. All right, anything else? Otherwise, it's Camilla's turn.
I think that'll do.
Okay. Camilla, you're up.
Goody.
I am going to take my 30 feet of movement,
Okay.
which I guess, hello, Jim.
Jim's
Just
got
looking
blood
Jim
pouring down
dead
his
in the
nose.
eye, but just like, not yet, Jim. Not yet.
Damn it, Jim.
Doug A.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Okay, nat 20 to hit with my short bow.
Oh my god, the nat 20 rolls are happening.
Oh.
I feel like this is that meme of it's happening. Roll some damage. He hasn't gone yet, so I'm pretty sure you get sneak attack with that too. Or no, wait, is the assassin thing?
The assassin thing gives you advantage on it if you do that. If you're before them, so you would always get it. I don't.
I mean, if you want to go in and steady aim that, you totally can. That would give you a crit on the sneak attack
on the
too.
Yeah.
Up to you, Camilla.
That's a good point.
Now I'll take the 15 damage.
Okay. He's still alive, but he's also like, who the fuck is this? You shoot right into his leg, like, and you hit an artery, So the blood is a bright crimson red as it's coming out of him. Anything else for you?
That is my turn.
All right. Branch, you're up.
Woo.
All right. I'm going to jump through the window
Okay.
and attack and try and stab this guy with my dagger.
Okay. What's your dex modifier? Oh, plus 20. Okay, I'm not even gonna have you roll. I was gonna say roll an athletics check, or an acrobatics check, but you just like hop through the window. Plenty fine. And you stab at him. Get you there.
Is a 17 to hit.
17 hits. Yeah.
Ooh, the max fang damage.
Hot damn. All right. So it was 10 damage. He's still alive, still kicking.
And then I want to use my second attack. I'm gonna use the blade of the shadow foe.
Okay.
As a 28 to hit.
Yes, you definitely hit on a 28. Oh my god. You guys can roll lower, okay? It's okay.
We don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay, 9 damage. He is still up and kicking.
All right, let's change that. And I'm going to use my bonus action for 2 weapon fighting. And I'm going to use my short sword to attack him.
Okay.
And that is a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
6 more damage.
Okay. You are slashing and sliding into him, just stabbing over and over. And he's still alive, though. But he's very bloodied. Like,
You should have opened the window, buddy.
He was like diving for you, and so you just like cut up his arm, across his chest, across his back, across his stomach, and it's like a flurry of blows just everywhere, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on? Anything else? Anything else for you, sir?
No, I think that's all.
All right. Well, then it's Mr. Bandit Lord who looks down at the arrow sticking out of his liver, rips it out, just and he goes, "You're gonna pay for that." He draws his long sword and a dagger, and he's gonna charge at Calamities. Or no, he doesn't know where you are anymore.
Haha, sucker.
But he's gonna charge to Arnok instead because
I'm so secret.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. He gets to make 2 attacks with his sword. 16 for the first one. Arnok?
Nope.
15.
Got to beat an 18.
Okay. No. And then he's gonna stab at you with his dagger. He didn't hit any other time. Okay. And then, yeah, he's just gonna yell for everyone to attack Arnok. And he's yelling to find the other one. All right, Mr. Bandit. I don't know which bandit it is. Probably this one. Jumps over the counter. Let's roll his athletics. Nah, 20. He's fine.
Good job, Mr. Bandit. You left the counter.
Gets to Arnok, and he's going to try to hit you with his scimitar. You got a nat 20.
Damn.
There you go.
All right, you take 8 points of slashing damage.
It's that kind of night for all of us, except for the Bandit Lord.
Except for the Bandit Lord. He's having a bad
Right.
time. And then it's Jim's turn. Oh, Jim.
Jim.
I'm gonna roll. Let's see if he manages to gain his courage. And he's gonna run to Arnok. All right, let's run to Camilla.
Okay.
Arnok, I'm sorry. Bandit Lord said get you, so that's what
That's
Jim's
fine.
gonna do. Jim's a coward and a bitch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jim's last.
You got a 18 to hit you.
That does hit.
You take 4 points of slashing
Oh
damage.
my god. Jim, you hit.
Jim, you bastard.
How dare you, Jim?
All right, and now it's all
I'll
the
pay for that
thugs.
later.
One goes to Camilla. Makes 2 attacks on you, Camilla. A 16 and a 6. I'm assuming that.
16 hits.
Okay. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits you with his mace. And the other thug
I'm
is
going to uncanny dodge.
Ooh, okay. And the other guy is gonna pull out his heavy crossbow and shoot it at Arnok. Got a 10.
Oof.
Nope.
That's all he can do. He reloads his crossbow. All right, Branch. This guy's gonna try and mace you with a. Actually, he's just gonna punch you. That's what he's gonna try and do.
Yeah, that's fair.
While yelling, "Stop resisting!"
It's not resisting. He got a 16 to hit you.
That will not. I got a 17.
I'm gonna punch you again. And 8. He missed. Both times he's like, "Stop this!" Trying to just wail at you. He's breaking the window as he misses and punches it.
Poor window.
It's my window. All right, Calamities, you're up.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna steady aim and then lean around the wall and shoot the bandit lord again.
Okay, take a shot.
Will a 27.
Yeah, I think it will. Maybe.
Yeah,
I take it back. No, he transforms into a red dragon, an ancient red dragon, destroys the building, and breathes fire on everybody.
Okay, so that's at least 32.
It's enough to kill him.
That's
He had
37.
31 left. So, how do you want to kill him?
Just let's say head. No. Carotid artery shot specifically to spray blood on Jim.
Okay. You shoot right into his carotid artery, and your bow is the shadow bow, so that we'll say the arrow goes in and then vanishes in the mist of shadow, and as it does, just bursts of blood, like horror movie style gouts of blood, just gushing all over Jim as Jim just starts. All right, Jim, let's roll for this. We're gonna give you disadvantage. You rolled a 2 on disadvantage. He is freaking the fuck out.
Hell yeah!
All right, anything else?
That's it. That's what I got.
And Arnok, you're up.
Society.
All right. Go with the bandit C.
Okay.
And I'm on the wrong tab. There we go. 15 to hit.
That will hit. More than
21
enough. They have
damage.
11 hit points for the bandits. He's very, very dead. You cut his head off. In fact, you cut his head off, and it's like Lord of the Rings style. You just watch the head spin, a few feet up in the air, and his body just kind of tumbles over. And that's it. Anything else? You still got another attack?
I do. I will hop down off the table and move to Thug A.
Okay.
Go for Thug A. 26 to hit.
Definitely hits. He has 17 hit points left.
Yeah.
Cool.
that got him.
He's dead. He is dead. We're going to say, so Jim is freaking out with the blood. He's covered head to toe at this point. Just blood, red. He looks like he got out of like a Blade, like the Blade movie, just a vampire covered in blood.
Just covered.
And he's just getting ready to turn and run. And he goes to turn, and you kill his thug friend, and more blood spills all over the ground in front of him. And I'm just going to say, Jim, let's make a dex save. Let's see if you can stand. He falls down prone as he's slipping in the blood trying to run away.
Jesus.
All right. Anything else?
Every party needs a good ultra violence night.
So that was, call it 10 feet.
Yeah, roughly.
All right. I will run to Thug B right there
Okay.
and end my turn.
All right, Camilla, you're up. You see this human figure named Jim on the ground, scrambling away, covered in blood, and his compatriots are dead around him, and he's just screaming bloody murder. What do you want to do?
Everyone said this guy had to be last, so I'm gonna use one of my daggers to try and just stab it into his pant leg to try and keep him pinned where he is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You just have to hit him just to make it plenty high.
The 15 hit?
Yeah. So you bend down and just as he's trying to scramble away, you just drive a dagger right into the wood. Make a we'll roll a strength check for me here. Just a straight strength roll.
Godspeed, Camilla.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
Okay. So he's gonna try it. When it's his turn, he'll try and get away. He has to beat a 3 on the strength check to try and pull away from the dagger. But right now he's just get away, and he's trying to get away without well, you still have anything else for your turn if you want to do anything.
I'm gonna sit down. I'm sitting down at the table. Pull up a seat.
Which table are you're sitting at that one? Okay. It's covered in blood, but there is what looks to be the remains of a meal that they were having, covered in blood. Their blood, but there's some bread, some cheese, maybe a little bit of meat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and just watch this guy on the floor.
Okay. Branch,
that's my turn.
It's your turn then. Poor Jim.
Get him, Branch.
Poor Jim.
My fucking window.
It will be.
And then I'm gonna attack him with a short sword again.
Okay.
24. It's
you got 26 is what I see, but yes.
Oh. Yes, the 26. My bad. Fine. I want to hit him again.
Okay. He only had 7 hit points, so you kill him.
Oh. I'm hitting him again anyways.
Okay.
He's really
swiping wildly.
I'm driving the point home that this is my window.
The principle of the matter.
Okay. You definitely hit though, so.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
11 corpse damage.
So here is what happens. He's swiping at you. He's starting to panic because you're just, a flurry of blades all around him. And it's that slow death by 1,000 cuts. He's starting to very quickly bleed out. You're getting the arteries. And as he slips kind of down into the chair that he had gotten up from, you drive the blade into his gut. And he gurgles up some blood. And you lean forward and you're like, this is mine. Stab him again. Window. Stab him again. I said it's mine. And you stab him final time right in the throat. And he goes, and just dies looking at you nodding. I'm sorry.
It's too late for sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. Anything else for you, Branch?
I'm so here for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a hunter's mark on Jim.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, poor Jim.
Well, there's another bandit who comes running out from the back. What's the
Wow.
fucking commotion? He runs up to here and looks at you all, and he's like, "What the fuck?" So let's see. Roll. Let me check the speed. Yeah. So he got to where he is. Sees you guys looking at them. You guys are covered in blood too. He looks at you, Branch, as you look over. The kind of this wild light to your eyes. His friend's throat cut, and then your knife or your short sword sticking out of his throat, and he's like, "Fuck this shit!" And he runs back into the room. All right, it is now Jim's turn, who is going to, with disadvantage, try to get the fuck away.
Nat 1.
He got a 4.
Oh.
So he does manage
Wow.
to break away from the knife. And he just scrambles to here. Camilla, he is going past you, so you technically get an attack of opportunity. You want to kick him or something while
Yeah,
he's
you can
down.
Make it non-lethal. Just knock him out.
Nut shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out his legs. Like I'm gonna tackle his legs.
Roll it.
Fight, 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 fight.
No.
Ah!
Oh.
So it would be a regular attack. Like you
Yeah,
doing
you
a
can,
weapon
you can go
attack.
non-lethal with your knife and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
Any
Oh,
melee can
okay.
be non-lethal.
Yeah. You just roll with your regular weapon, whatever weapon you want to use. It's like you attacking with the
Oh.
blunt end of the weapon, hitting him with the
Yeah.
back of it.
Oh.
Okay, 18. You don't even have to roll damage because you're just trying to stop him if you don't want to. He starts getting to about here, and you just kind of like Inigo Montoya, when he gets hit in the back of the head, I know more or less than, fuck it. Pah! You just pound him in the back of the leg, right into, like, say the lower spine, kind of knock him over, and he just kind of tumbles over and keeps trying to crawl away. You just keep pushing him over. Anything? Well, so that's the end's his turn. The other thug looks around at the rest of you and goes, I don't get paid enough for this shit, and he drops his weapons and takes a step back, if you'll let him, Arnok.
I will not let him.
Okay, he goes to step away. You get an attack of opportunity.
22 to hit.
You definitely hit. He has 32 hit points.
19.
Okay. He's still alive. He is, with that, going to realize that you're not going to let him, and he only moved 5 feet, so yeah, let me make some measurement. He is going to dash this way, and there's a door here, by the way, but he dashes into the hallway.
Looks like a pig coming out of the door.
It's above the door.
I see.
But yeah, he runs going, ah! All right, Calamities, you're up.
Where did that one bandit run away to?
He ran into the kitchen.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to feline agility and bonus action dash, so I have 120 speed.
Okay. It's 60 feet to get into the door to where he is.
Sweet.
Okay. You can get there and absolutely push down the door. And you'll see that's the kitchen.
Swag. Alright, it's rapier stabbing time.
Alright.
That's a 12 to hit.
12 will hit. He has an 11 AC.
I just needed to not net one it. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. He has a 12 as his AC, so you got exactly what you needed. But yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Even better.
That is 14 damage.
He is running for like the window to try and run out the window, so we'll get to like there. You run up behind him as he's running. Just for theater of the mind, he runs a little bit farther, gets to the table, turns and sees you and goes, I don't know what just wanted to do anything. You just don't care. Right, you run up and just skewer him into the ground, and he is dead.
Alright. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement. I can't reach the other guy, but I think I can get to like here.
Okay, let's see. So,
Oh, I got him.
So I had another 60. I think
oh
it's like
yeah,
10
60
out of
would
the
get you
room
right
and then,
about
like,
where you
50
are.
to here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, Arnok, your turn.
All right, I'm going to. How far will that get me? That'll get me to about
50?
right where Calamities is at.
Well, 55 feet will get you to him.
And I will go ahead and expend a superiority die to use dash as
Hell
a
yeah.
bonus action.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
He's in here somewhere.
Yep, I will clear it out.
All right. Beautiful.
I will just give you the rest of the map. There you go.
And to hit 23.
23 will hit.
Beautiful.
He is looking over his shoulder like he ran and you're running after him.
19.
You kill him. You cut him down as he's fleeing. Like, you look kind of down the hallway and there's no obvious exit. There are doors, we assume, to like rooms, But it looks like he was running to run out and jump out the window.
Stop breaking the windows.
We're gonna have to pay for this later.
All right. Everybody's gone except for Jim. All right. So I'll take you guys out of combat. Jim is literally crying and pissing himself on the floor, covered in everyone's blood.
Yep.
I'm going to pick Jim up and plop him down in that chair.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. When Jim's in the chair, I'm gonna like cup his face with one hand and wipe some blood off of it with the other.
Okay.
And just be like, Jim. Why would you be rude like that, Jim?
I'm sorry.
Why can't anyone in this godforsaken country just be polite and nice to us for once?
Don't hurt me. Please.
Well, it's too late for that, Jim.
He just starts whimpering and whining, like just tears. There is no semblance of, decorum for this man anymore.
He's had a rough day.
Yeah,
It was going great until you guys showed up.
We just rolled up out of nowhere. His friend was slightly rude for like 3 seconds, and then about a minute later, they all died.
Everyone he knew is gone and dead. He doesn't know what the fuck just happened.
Oh, wow.
What do you guys want to do with him?
Jim, never let it be said that I was not benevolent. I'm not going to kill you.
Okay, let's see if he even.
I'm gonna leave it to the rest of them.
So you say you're not gonna kill him, but he goes, really?
And then I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna leave it up to the rest of them and walk away.
Oh shit!
Well, Jim, where's all the good loot, Jim?
We didn't have any. We came here so so we could get away from the war.
You know what that means then, don't you, Jim?
No.
That you're not particularly useful to me anymore.
Well, no. I mean, I can be helpful. What do you need? What do you mean? I can do anything. What do you want me to do? What is it?
Need loot,
I'll do
Jim.
anything.
I need loot.
He kind of just looks around and he's just like, well, our boss might have had something. I don't know what he had. He had some really nice swords. Yeah. And he just kind of.
I'm gonna drive my greatsword through his chest and pin him to the floor.
The boss or Jim?
Jim.
Oh, okay. Roll an attack. I'll give you an advantage.
27 to hit.
You absolutely hit him. He's pointing at the ground, pointing at his boss, whimpering, looking around, panicking, and the rest of you just watch as, we'll say Teltek's kind of leaning, or not Teltek, I'm sorry, Arnok is leaning over, like you have a great sword, so it's like 6 feet tall, practically. And you're just kind of leaning over him, the sword tip is into the ground, and in one fell swoop, you swing the blade and just whoosh, you watch as it goes through, knocks Jim over in the chair, and you just hear the blade dig like 3 inches into the wood with ding! Jim.
I did tell you were going to be last, Jim.
And he just cried. Like there are tears streaming down his face as the light goes out. No idea what he did to deserve this. All right.
My headcanon is Calamities hasn't had a good sleep in like 3 weeks.
Well, there you go. You will definitely have a good sleep now. You have a place to live.
Exactly.
Who brought the mop?
Yeah, I was about to say, who's going to clean this all up? Wait, Severin!
While they were skewering him, was there any sort of cleaning supplies anywhere in sight?
Not insight, but I mean it's a like not a completely ramshackled inn. It's in decent shape. It needs definitely some repairs here or there.
Okay. Then I would
Obviously,
go check the kitchen for like rags and water and stuff.
yeah, you guys would be able to find some cleaning supplies looking around, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is what we could have used Jim for.
And I mean, after the commotion dies down, like you maybe about 10-15 minutes later, like there's no more combat or anything, and you see the elder, that guy that you'd seen before, kind of slowly peer in, and he looks around and he goes, are you gonna do the same to the rest of us?
I'm just gonna start like wiping the floors and the tables and whatnot, just whistling to myself.
He thinks you're pretty weird. You're pretty fucked up. I mean, are you going to say anything to him? He's asking if you guys are literally going to be ganking the rest of the town.
That's fair.
Roboing the rest
I'm gonna
of the
be like,
town.
oh no, you guys are great. You were
We don't
nice.
plan on it.
Yeah, no, you were nice. They were rude.
Okay, well, I'll remember that to not be rude. Good to know.
I want to like Polemica's eyes are visibly like really like the tired kind of bloodshot,
Okay.
like heavy bags.
Okay, well, so we'll kind of speed this up a little bit so you guys have time. You guys
Yeah.
get too late.
Gotcha.
So after a little bit of, you guys rest, kind of kick back, clean up some of the mess, move some of the bodies, kind of put them out in the back. You guys sit down and talk with the elder. His name is Edric Vale, the man you were looking for.
Oh, it's like a
That Runa had told you about, and he introduces himself. You tell him Runa sent you, and he kind of starts to calm down a little bit. He explains that these thugs, these people had showed up maybe about 3 days ago, and had kind of just thrown their weight around. The owner of the inn had previously died maybe about a year ago, and no one's really looked after the inn since. So it's just disrepair from nobody really taking care of it.
gotcha.
He says, if Runa has asked you to be here to meet her people, they're not here currently, but they do pass through town pretty regularly, or through the village. In the meantime, you guys are welcome to the building. He would ask at least a little bit of money for the town to just kind of like, it's more of a, hey, give us like 10 gold or 50 gold or whatever. Actually, somebody roll a D100. We'll find out how much gold he asks for, just to make it a legal purchase of the building.
All right,
So,
who wants to?
You want to
try
roll
their
low.
luck?
I'll roll it.
Oh,
All right.
check the button.
6.
Rand's got-
6.
You
Oh!
convince him that for 6 gold, you guys will buy the building.
Holy shit!
Speech 100.
All right. Oh my gosh. What was I
I don't know if
thinking?
it's
Giving
speech
it.
100 so much as all the furniture is covered in blood 100.
That's fair.
So you guys have this. This will be your bastion for your starting location. There are the rooms. What's on the map is what's on the map. So there's a kitchen.
Right.
It's a tavern essentially in design, but in terms of a bastion, you guys don't have to have it look that way. You can have it design it however you want. Camilla, for you, you do talk to Edric for a little bit, and they do gather the materials needed to do the potion for what you need. Now, as a reminder, you need to drink the potion, and then within 1 hour, have somebody to either remove curse or create a restoration, which unfortunately, Frederick is not here for that. I think he's the only one in the party that could do that for you.
Oh, we'll find an NPC, Camilla, don't worry.
Yeah.
Can we teach Severin?
No.
Seven's a wizard, so no.
No, unfortunately not. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and
I can
roll.
do it at levels.
I mean, you have to do. What level are you? You guys are 7. So what level cleric are you?
1.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to cast it. Way too low. You have to get like level 5 cleric.
Yeah, I'd need 5 more levels.
Yeah.
Like 4 more levels of cleric to do that.
Not gonna happen.
I looked at it already.
Yeah.
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 But for the moment, let's jump into Bastions.
Woo!
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
So, okay. So everybody, just to kind of quickly recap, everybody is above level 5. You guys aren't level 9 yet. So each of you gets 2 special facilities. And then I believe you get 2 basic facilities as well.
I honestly cannot remember on the basics.
I see the 2 special. Let me look. Yeah, 2 free basic ones, which can be either a bedroom, a courtyard, dining room, kitchen, parlor, or storage. And then is level 5, so you each get 2 special facilities up to level 5 for them. So I'll just go down the order. Pull up Discord and we'll just go through. Actually, let's go through. I haven't pulled character wise. All right. Branch. For you, sir.
Here.
All right, Branch. What? I'm going to start with your 2 basic facilities first. What are the 2 that you want? As a reminder, you can have a bedroom, a courtyard, a dining room, kitchen, parlor, or storage. And you guys can combine all of these 2.
I would like a kitchen.
Okay.
And can I make a storage my bedroom?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a kitchen and a storage then.
Okay.
I don't need a bed, it's fine.
Totally fine. You can sleep in the chair, sleep somewhere in one of the tables in the main room. All right. And do you know what 2 special facilities you would like? If you're not sure, it's okay.
I am not sure. What are the special facilities?
Calamities, were you looking up the list?
Yeah, I have it pulled up right now. I
Okay.
can.
So I have
It's also linked in the. I have it linked in the Discord chat as well.
Ooh,
from last
perfect.
Yeah, I can tell you which ones you can make.
Yeah, so you should be able to make an armory, a barrack, garden, a library, and a smithy. Oh, and a storehouse.
Yeah,
Arcane study, armory, barracks, garden, library, sanctuary, smithy, storehouse, workshop.
yeah, workshop is
okay.
the other thing available because you can't do arcane study or sanctuary.
Yes. So if you pull up them on the website, you can see what the perks are. So
Gotcha.
I'm just going to kind of go alphabetical. So say the armory, for example. You would essentially have a stock of armory available, armor. So you can have defenders to help defend your bastion. And what we're going to do is every time we game, we'll do a bastion turn. So you guys will be able to tell your bastion to do something. You'll get whatever that perk is that session for it. So the armory is going to help if you're defenders. So one of the things that I will do is I'll roll to see what happens. And if I roll where the bastion gets attacked, the armory just keeps your defenders from more of them getting killed. Barrack is going to be what hires the defenders. So you have people that are there. Garden, I believe, lets you make potions.
That's cool. You can make potion
Garden lets you
healing,
grow the stuff
basic
to make
poison,
potions.
antitoxin, rations, or just
Mhm.
money.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money, but money.
You guys have more money than you'll make.
Yeah.
And then there's the library, which I believe
That was basically just ask the DM some questions.
Yeah. So what I would say for the library, just because it's ask questions, is I would say you get insight 3 times because it says you get to ask 3 questions into 3 different characters or monsters or NPCs that you're fighting. That insight can be like, what are they vulnerable to? What is their primary saving throw? Something like that.
That's cool.
Gotcha.
If you want to take some time and look over them, there's no rush, so feel free to look.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Okay.
The other ones are pretty straightforward. Storehouse is basically just a trader facility.
Yeah. Okay, well, Branch, well, while you're looking, I will go to the next person. All right, Calamities.
Yeah. I would like a bedroom for the basic and a bath courtyard. Just a courtyard, but like with a freestanding bath.
Okay, so like a I'm thinking like a fountain kind of style.
Sure. I just want a bathtub somewhere in it.
All right. Well, I'll put courtyard, and you guys will get to like put this however you want.
For sure.
You
Yeah.
guys want to draw it out.
I do have the
Dustin's
yeah.
done it before. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what are your 2 special facilities?
I'm gonna take a garden and a workshop.
Okay, garden, workshop, fantastic.
I'm just gonna DM you the 6 tools I chose for the workshop.
Okay, and Camilla, what will be yours? What are your 2 basics?
A bedroom and a parlor.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a storehouse and a workshop.
Storehouse, workshop. Okay. All right, and Arnok.
I'm gonna go with bedroom and what was the basics? There's the basics. Bedroom and we'll go dining room.
Ooh, dining room. Okay.
Hell yeah.
And your 2 specials?
My 2 specials are going to be smithy and workshop.
Okay, workshop it is. Everybody's for the workshop.
And the workshop's good.
All right. So for the workshop, we're gonna make it easy on us. So I suppose you guys would get a roomy one. So we'll say the workshop. You can get a vast workshop between all of you, and you guys can just put it in together. You guys should have separate workbenches. This way we don't have like 4 different workshops around.
Yeah, and we'll just have all the tools then.
Yeah, think of like Percy, when he's crafting shit. That's what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Are we holding to the crafting level requirements, or are we just gonna?
We are.
Ignore those.
We are holding to the crafting requirements.
Okay.
You guys are like, this campaign will get you much higher. You guys will get above 9.
We'll reach the point where you can magic item implement. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys will get to that point.
Okay.
You guys are like, we're gonna do like 1 more session after this, and then you'll get like 8.
Heck yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty close, pretty quick. Okay. Branch, did you decide on what special rooms you would like?
Yours. I would
Mine.
like a smithy and an armory.
Smithy, armory. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. I will put all of this in the Discord for you guys too. Break it down for everybody. Okay. And then you guys can, whoever wants to draw a map, there are many different options. You could do like the Don John one, which works pretty good for basics. However you want to do it. All right. So does anybody's, trying to keep track of what happens at 9 and what happens at 5.
Yeah, what do you
I don't think much happens at 5.
No, it's really basic at 5 for the most part.
Yeah, 5 is just kind of like prep.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
And
craft
you can
stuff.
one day
It's all
use
like
this.
adventuring gear. It's nothing fancy.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys can craft anything, you guys can do that here and now, which is fine. All right, so yeah, so craft for the smithy. You can make any kind of smithy tools you want. You can add those to your inventory. The workshop I saw is can't really do much other than adventuring gear. If there's any adventuring
Workshop
gear
is
you
here for
needed,
source of inspiration.
Yeah. Look through the adventuring gear. If there's any one item you want or need, you can craft it and add it. The storehouse. Camilla, how much money did you want to put in for your storehouse?
I'll start off with 200 gold.
Okay. Okay, so you will make 200 gold back. You doubled your money, I will say, at least for this first round. So you just mark off or write down in your notes on your character sheet that you have put in 200 gold for your storehouse to make money with. Otherwise, you can keep your coin the same. Calamities, you have a garden.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Every time you add a garden, choose its type. I got a poison garden.
Okay. Okay, so you can either create 2 vials of antitoxin or 1 vial of basic poison. And add that to your inventory
poison
right now.
Hell yeah.
All right. And then Branch, you have a smithy and an armory.
Oh, we don't have a barracks.
You don't have a barracks.
We don't.
That's rough.
We just have the armory.
Yeah, so the smithy will be what you can
Do
use.
we have 2 smithies?
Smithy will let you craft any smith tools and add them to your inventory. I'm not sure what smith tools are specifically. It just says smith tools in the book. I'm looking at the book, not the
Anything
website.
can be made with smith's tools. Any melee weapon except for 4, medium armor except for hide, heavy armor, and then a couple adventuring items.
Yeah, so there you go. Make that stuff, no problem.
You can make crowbars.
You can
Also
make
bullets.
crowbars.
I made myself a portable
And
ram.
shovel.
And shovel.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, shovel's not on here.
Or a smithy tool?
I will invent the
Smith
shovel.
tools, yeah. I
It's
mean,
probably
if
called a
shovel's actually good,
spade.
that's fine.
Reinvent the shovel.
I don't know what the hell you would craft a shovel with then. What?
Shovel 2.0.
What tool? Is it like a carpet? No.
It's listed under adventuring gear, actually.
Cobbler? Yeah.
Can
they
we
all have
add
like a
any
thing.
one adventuring gear? You said?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
if you
can I
want.
add
Okay.
a concussion grenade?
I mean, if that's in there, I don't see why not.
What can you? One sec. Let me. Let me
Oh, I
see.
just looked up. I've looked at manage inventory.
Concussion grenade. Common adventuring gear source. Quests from the infinite staircase.
Yeah, in that case, no.
Oh, whoops! Do I have to? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
full
I don't know
devices.
what that is, man.
Minecraft. What?
Dude, there's Minecraft.
Yeah, there's
I
a
just went through
Minecraft
my core
expansion
rules
or
from
like
that.
thing for
Maybe
D&D.
expanded. Oh, not expanded. Expanded will get you other weird stuff. So core rules should be fine.
Yeah, whatever's in the core rules will be fine for it.
Okay, so no concussion grenade.
No concussion grenade, unfortunately. Sorry. I mean, you guys, I could give you some if
But
you
I
really
can
want
bring an
some.
airship.
You know what's common adventuring gear? Yeah, an airship.
Yeah.
It is also 40,000 gold, but it is
40.
common adventuring gear.
It
Well,
does say that though.
If you
What a
guys were in,
classification.
if you guys were further north, there's a town of Elon, or the city of Elon, which is basically on this giant plateau, and they have airships there, like all over the place.
Oh, I
What
can
the
get a
fuck?
bomb though.
Antimatter rifle is a common weapon? What is happening?
You have something enabled.
I don't. This is core rules. Source
No,
D&D
yeah,
free
What?
rule
I-
2024.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's
Oh,
the
I don't
first
have it in
thing when you
mine.
hit weapon. If you go to weapon, it's
What
the
the
first
Oh
thing
my
that pops up.
god.
This is insane.
Let's see.
Antimatter rifle.
What the
It does 6d8.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, I can get a frag
Necrotic,
grenade.
too. A
Yeah,
frag grenade.
68 necrotic.
Oh, so
Oof.
here's
I can get a gunpowder kick.
What the fuck?
man,
I think D&D Beyond is having a stroke.
it's having
That's insane.
something. So if you guys want to do something that's really fun and wild, I can put these in there for you guys to find. But look up the Ardex is the name.
Smoke grenade.
It's
Holy
a
shit,
homebrew
frag grenades.
item of mine. There's acid slime, acid smoke, alchemist fire, and
Oh,
dark tangle grenades are the 4.
Jesus.
You just pull them up and take a look.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so there was a NPC in the previous campaign who crafted all these, and the players found her directions so they could make these later on. They got these at like level 3 or 4.
Oh my god.
So they were like, "Oh, this is cool. Throw this shit. We can make them whatever." But then eventually, they just got high enough level. They're like, "Yeah, whatever. These things don't do shit."
Right. Yeah.
But
Meanwhile, the fragmentation grenade deals 5d6.
yeah, fuck that.
Like, what the fuck? Where are these coming from?
I don't know. I don't know how. What I don't know what they do to.
Dungeon Master's Guide 2024 frag grenade. It's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a mini. Freaking.
It
It's
feels like it should be an Eberron, but it's just in the fucking DM's guide.
yeah. It's a mini. Fireball practically.
Yeah, it's wild.
Um.
It doesn't even define the sphere size. Wait, it just says every creature in the sphere.
Let's see. It says
Okay,
what?
that's weird. It doesn't define how large it is. It just says every creature in the sphere.
It's
Makes
infinite.
I'm sure on the the actual.
The sphere being the Earth.
The entire universe.
Sucks for them. They're not on Earth. Sucker.
Exactly. That's crazy. Well, shit's wild out here in the manage inventory. But if you check any of the tools, it tells you what the tools can craft if you hover over it,
Yeah.
Indeed.
which is an easier way to get there without stumbling into the antimatter rifle. Oh my god, you need Tinker's tools to make a shovel. It's the only tools that allow you to make a shovel. They're like, a shovel is wood and metal, so
You need this.
it's like, oh, okay.
What if I want an all metal shovel?
I know, but I just said no, apparently.
It does bludgeoning damage.
I've heard good things about that anime.
All metal alchemist, yeah. That's so funny. The Mason's tools can literally only make a block and tackle. Is the only thing that they can craft.
I mean, a block and tackle is going to be good. There's some of that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's because you're gonna use it to not craft items.
Yeah,
Some
I
Mason's
mean-
tools are for, but yeah.
the catch is some of this stuff. Like, I understand completely why they added it, because a lot of the stuff wasn't getting used.
Oh, yeah. Because
or-
it didn't have a defined, like, I can make these things, so you would never know what the fuck you could make with it.
you didn't know what you could make, and then the items you could make or you would have and see there, you wouldn't know what like the DC for them would be.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, it was really
oh, I
rough.
need to. What am I rolling this for? Like, I don't know. Like, they added all those numbers in there for it for DMs, and a lot of
It's
things
really
like
nice.
a block and tackle. Like, that's something you really have to understand how a block and tackle works. Like, I need to lift something. Okay,
Right.
I
they
have a
finally
block and
defined
tackle.
it as like, you just lift 4 times your regular. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, they're trying to make that like, if you're playing a hardcore game, like I would say more kind of like my homebrew stuff. Like, hey, you need to keep track of certain things, and what do you have in your inventory? If you don't have it in your inventory, you don't have it, kind of thing. Like, that's where having like specific, unique tools like that is going to be important.
Yeah. Fully agreed.
All right.
That's so sick. What a good addition. Bastions are so cool.
They are.
Did I ever show you, Snifty, the stuff that I did before for the old group?
No, I think you just mentioned like you had a sort of system in place for it, but
Yeah, I
you
had.
didn't need to use that.
I know I sent it to Dustin Arnock. I definitely sent it to him. I'll have to find that information somewhere. Like, it was wild. But I mean, I'm glad they did all this stuff. It made it
Oh yeah,
so much easier.
it looks so nice, rather than having to like attempt to homebrew something that works.
Yeah, it was. Homebrewing it all sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put what everybody asked for and what they wanted in your guys' Foo Fighter chat for you there. So you guys have that. Again, whoever wants to make the map, go for it. There's.
Yeah, if anybody's passion is map making, do whatever you want. Man, I can't stand it personally.
Yeah,
I have the software, but I am very bad at it.
I mean, you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. It's up to you. You can use the map that you have here for the base. Totally fine. If you need this map, I can find it again and send it to you, I think.
I'm installing AutoCAD.
Oh, shit. Jeez.
Listen,
Camilla's going full on. Go, Camilla.
Steam share you Dungeon Alchemist. You don't have to use AutoCAD. It's fine.
I've got Dungeon Alchemist. That's what I use.
It's so cool.
It's super cool.
And I bought that when they first did the Kickstarter for it, and they were like, you get an
Same.
unlimited license, and I'm so glad I did.
Dude, right?
Oh, man, I think I
feel
paid like
$20 on
$15
that
for it.
Kickstarter. Yeah.
Such a
so
good
much shit in
investment.
it now.
Oh, my God. It did
I was
nothing.
like, wow,
Like, compared to what it does now, it did nothing.
Oh,
back
yeah.
then.
And it was still super cool. When I could download it the first time, I was like, oh, this is rad. And they just kept adding more to it. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
It's been, it's one of those things where you look back and go, that was a really good investment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. All right. Well, all that said and done, you have a Bastion. Is there anything else you guys want to do in the town at the moment?
Before I do anything in character, Calamity's just gonna take a fucking bath in that courtyard and sleep.
You can absolutely take a long rest. You can mark off a long rest for it.
I have some good quality sleep.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So it will take you guys another 3 days to get to the town of Tardide. There's not going to be any combat or anything like that. You guys will just we'll see you get there. You guys. So we're just going to assume that all the Bastion stuff happens in a day. Probably wouldn't realistically happen in a day, but we're going to go with that.
It's, adrenaline or whatever.
Yes, adrenaline. Edric will essentially be the running the place for you guys, unless you want to hire somebody else. You are welcome to hire NPCs. Give them, flesh them out if you want to. You totally do not have to if you don't want to.
If we find cool NPCs, can we hire them?
Branch, you do meet a contact for the Derelictia, and you go over and talk to them. You show them the sword, to mention that you met Runa, and they say, okay, well, they're not here currently, but we will get word to you when they are. And we're just going to assume they communicate through sending stones that you have that will contact them directly so they can teach you how to become an artificer. This way you don't have to hang out here. But any last questions? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and jump into arriving at Tardide, and we'll end there for the night.
No, I think that's all for me.
Okay. Anything for you, Branch? I'm sorry, Branch. Calamities? I'm looking at your character sheet, Branch.
I guess just brief in character aside, just after a good night's sleep. Like, Calamities has been really touchy, I feel like, since even during the last town, and finally after sleeping here for 12 hours, I'm just gonna wake up and be like, hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, you wake up and you're like, "Who the fuck are you, Arnok? When did you get here?" I'm like, "Who the fuck? What are
I'm
you?"
like, wait, when did we have a dragonborn in the party?
Yeah.
Hi,
Camilla,
I'm
did
new.
you okay this?
How'd all this blood get here? Gross.
Oh my god. Okay, so I am totally going to do this for you guys just because it fucking sounds cool to me.
Hell yeah.
You don't have
Go
to
for
do it if you don't want to. I know we talked about finding Severin a unseen servant spell so he can get a body. We're gonna say that the calamities while you're sleeping, if you're okay with it, we'll say that Severin, who is a little trippy for you, Arnok, is a floating flaming skull that floats around with a wizard.
Really
Doesn't have, he has a wizard's hat, I
explain
think,
that
and I think they gave him a beard.
Yeah.
There's been no explanation, but you know, I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah,
Hovers around with his staff, yeah.
his staff. We'll say he found a scroll of unseen servant and he learned the spell. And while you're sleeping calamities, he will cast and make it permanent one unseen servant in the inn or in your bastion for you that just goes around and cleans.
Oh, hell yeah. That's sick.
So if you guys want that, that's cool. If not, cool. But if you do
Sounds
calamities, you're gonna wake up and there's this broom that's just mopping the floor.
That's cool because I was just gonna have Severin be our seen servant.
So you did that, and then Severin did this.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing too. We'll say that Severin now is wearing like a bathrobe.
Oh, hell
Like
yeah.
it's just a floating bathrobe and his head,
Checks out.
and he's just like, "Hi." Like he looks like he puts his hands on his hips and he goes, "I have a body now," and you're like, "There's nothing there." Like, what? It's just a floating robe.
Upon seeing this broom on waking up, I guess my first action upon waking up is now just going to be like, Severin! Calling out, like, sounding really annoyed or whatever. Just loud.
He kind of he floats over like his robe walks like it looks like it's walking, the flapping of the robes, and he kind of moves over to you and he goes, "What?
I'd be like, did you do this?
Do what?"
The broom.
You kind of like you see him looking over at it and looking at you, looking at it. It's not enchanted, if that's what you're wondering.
But it's cleaning on its own. Did you do it?
Well, he has the mage hand, and you can see the Mistral hand. He goes, "Well, yes, that's the unseen servant that's cleaning
That's
for
sick.
us."
Hell yeah.
Oh, you approve? Okay, good. And then he kind of turns and walks away. It's a little weird because again, it's just a floating robe, and his head is floating above it. Like there's just no physical
Right.
body you can see.
Yeah. It's not like the robe. I mean, I'm assuming the robe doesn't have like physics, so
Yeah, so I mean that there's a mystical energy kind of thing
Right.
under it. It's just invisible. If you could see invisible, you would just see this outlined figure there, but otherwise you're just like, this just looks weird.
I'm just gonna call after him and be like, "And you're looking good, buddy."
He goes, "Yeah, thanks." You look under and you see he's got these slippers too. They're just
Hell yeah.
So from now on, if you guys want to give him like actual equipment, you can do so. He will function as a regular adventuring person.
That's sick.
Dustin, did I ever give you Severin's stats? I think I did.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah. So so he's basically a wizard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's you, Calamities. Arnok, anything else for you?
No, sir.
All right. Camilla, anything else for you?
No. Hopefully we could take Severin on a shopping trip. In the future.
Swimming in the money pit.
I mean, you guys have tons of money. You guys could definitely go on a shopping trip for him. Although you probably at this point are aware that shopping with him might be a bad idea. Of just like, ooh, let's buy this. I want this. I want that.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to buy things like that for a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Why
that's
he's not in
true.
charge of the finances.
Yeah, definitely don't leave him in charge of finances. Okay. So with that done, you guys get on your horses, you know, tell Edric thank you, and the village is like, yay, thank you. The villagers come out and meet you during this time, and you know, Edric is like, okay, they're here to meet the Derelicia, and they're gonna take over. They bought the inn, they're just gonna take it over. And everyone seems kind of like nervous at first, and by the end of the day, they're kind of relaxed, celebrating a little bit that they've cleared out the bandits and all that jazz. And then you head off. So while you are traveling over the next 3 days, it does rain one day. You guys are like miserable, but otherwise you guys aren't harassed. You do see people on the road here or there. There's a lot of people looking, you know, dejected. A lot more people seem to be heading northward than south. And you do hear comments often on about battles that had happened recently. There seems to be a turn in the war, the civil war that's going on. The Emperor Henrik, his forces seem to be getting routed, and they are starting to lose the war. Several of his armies, or 2 large armies, were heavily defeated and are heading back to the city of Evanstall. It's one of the largest cities. It's farther to the north. But otherwise, it's been, you know, people are talking about it. You hear that on the road. On the 3rd day of travel, the sun clears out, and as you are journeying down the road, you watch as the landscape gradually shifts from vast fields of golden grain to towering stone walls of the city or the town of Tardide, rising proudly in the distance. It's built from massive gray stones, and the walls exude strength and are adorned with banners bearing the imperial crest. Guards patrol the ramparts in their watchful gaze, scanning for over the travelers. To the south of the city or the town, there's a dense forest that stands like silent sentinels. Their shadowed depths belie some kind of hidden mystery to them. And to the north, continuing on, there are hills that lead towards the city of Evanstall. It's a couple of days away from the town. And then stretching to the east and the west are the farmlands for it. As you guys enter the city, just beyond the reinforced wooden gates, you can see that the town comes to life, and there's a vibrant marketplace that's right as you guys enter into the town. The air is humming with the calls of merchants, haggling for fresh produce and finely crafted wares. There's the rhythmic clang of blacksmith hammers that echo through the streets. The well-kept buildings in the thoroughfares are very sturdy in construction and seem to be well-maintained, given everything that's going on. As you browse around looking for an inn, you see that a lot of the people here seem to be in a very festive and good mood, even though this city is obviously a supporter of Henrik and his faction. And that's where we'll pick up next time.